Hi, in this video I'm going to show you my way of tying the wonder wing dry fly for basically for trout fishing. I like to tie this fly in two stages like an assembly line. Wings, body and tail first, varnish them, allowing it to dry completely, and then finishing off with a hackle to complete the fly. Avoid tying larger than size 10 because inevitably the fly starts spinning when you cast it, and your cast will get badly tangled up. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, and please subscribe and like. Thank you for now. Okay, I'm about to tie a wonder wing fly, and I like to tie these flies now in two stages: putting on the wings, varnishing them, let them dry, and then putting on the hackle. So I'll show you the stages involved. I've got a size 14 hook here ready in the vise, and I'm using some extreme microfloss in like an olivey colour. I'm just going to pull off a length, and I'm going to rub it through my old faithful Swax, the loon product. It's a tacky wax, but in the cold weather in the winter here it's a lot less tacky. It tends to go more like a brick. What I like about this microfloss is it lies very, very flat, and it doesn't seem to matter too much if it gets twisted as you're tying, it still lies flat. So I've secured the floss without, or your tying thread if you like to call it that, without doing the usual thing of wasting a load and cutting it off. And so I'm now putting on some microfiber tails. Quite a lot of the time I actually use coq-de-lion for the tails. I don't think it matters too much what you use. I like to put on one or two fibres extra for the tail, because I find that if you're fishing, sometimes you might want a stronger tail for better support of the fly, and other times you want the realism to be right, so you can always trim off a few fibres. It doesn't cause any problems at the riverside. Just always have a pair of scissors with you, which you will have anyway. So that's me tail fibres secured. So wander back up to where they're secured. And now for the wonder wing side of the fly, I'm using this coq-de-lion hen cape. It's absolutely excellent for this job because the speckled feathers form a lovely sort of natural looking fly, and they've got a level of translucency to them. They're also nice and soft. So I've removed two hen feathers and I've cut the base off, and what I'll do now is I'll sweep it back like so, and then this is going to form my wings. And I squeeze all those bits in together. Now I'm using this old Vineyards vice because I happen to like it for putting wings on, because a lot of the modern vices, they have a little bit that sticks up here and sticks up there and gets in the way at times when you're winging. Right, measure the wing length that you want, and then do a typical wing thing where you squeeze and loop, but I like to do this through the onto the hook 4 times. It means you can let go without a disaster happening. Right, if it's not sitting quite right, use your nails to align it. If you haven't got any fingernails through nibbling, you really must sort yourself out on the nutritional side of life. Cut the waste fibres off with the hook, the scissors almost flat to the hook. This will give you a nice taper when you go down the body. So pull in reasonably tight on your thread. Place a bit of tension. If necessary, use your fingernails to align it to the top of the hook. Then take your scissors and hold your scissors virtually parallel to the hook shank. Snip off. This is so as you're winding you get a nice taper. This is the information my camera decided to deny me off the first time. So get the wing up, pull your wing up, and at the base of the wing do anything from about 6 to 10 turns tight against the wings. Then I'm just going to attack it quickly, snip off, separate your wings. You can leave them together as one wing if you want it to look more like a hatching done. Then a couple of half hitches. And then using your cellulose varnish, give the good fly a good varnish and leave it hours to dry. Right, we're on to stage 2 of tying these wonder wings. And as you can see, I've swapped vices over, and you'll find out why I prefer this vice for this stage in a minute or two. I'm taking a hackle, a Cree hackle, and I'm putting the brighter shiny side facing the bottom or facing the water. So I'm going to do a couple of turns round there at the back of the wing, 2 or 3 turns at the front of the wing, and then I want to get my thread back towards the base of the wing. So keeping it on a nice horizontal basis, rotate round. Well, anything from 3 to 5 turns is enough. If the wings start moving out of place, move them back again. Now this is the slightly tricky bit. Wind your thread up quite close to your bobbin holder and put about 3 turns a thread round at the very base of the wing. Try not to trap any hackle fibres. Now then, this is a useful thing about this kind of ice, is I can flip it upside down, pull some more thread off your hackle, off your bobbin holder, and carefully place 3 half hitches down underneath the fly. Now what remains to do is to pull taut, cut your thread off, which is the same microfloss as I used before. Carefully with some small scissors. Try not to jig around like I am. Cut your hackle off. Then manhandle your wings into a nice position for fishing. Place your fly upside down, and with your bird quill, much better than a dubbing needle, because you can get bird quills, you can pull off the fibres and get them to a really fine point. Then take your cellulose varnish and put a nice little grip on the base, and that'll soak into all the other varnish that you've put on previously and kind of lock the fibres in place. So there you have it, a realistic fly that's actually quite durable in fishing. Well, in fishing, when you're fishing.